We all know how dominant Harlequins are, and that's in a meta where Custodes and Tau are also dominant. So much so that GW have brought forward their schedule for the balanced data slate to next week. Excluding mirror matches, Harlequins had reached a 78% win rate, and that's pushing Tau and Custodes down to just under 60%, while the rest of the factions at best are at 50% or way lower. What's amazing then is that Tyranid and Crusher Stampede took a win at the Manchester GT at the end of March, so let's look at how they did it. The Manchester GT is a major tournament with 186 players and 7 games, and to put the achievement into context, other than the winner, the next non-Tau Custodes or Eldar faction in the top listings was down in 22nd place. 2nd to 9th read either Harlequins or Asuryani with Harlequins, except for a lone 7th place from the Custodes player. So that's the setting. So what did Crusher Stampede do differently other than being piloted by a very good player? The short answer is he specifically tailored his list to counter Harlequins. There are a few keys to the list and counters to Harlequins. Firstly, you want to maximise mobility, have units that can hide, rush and tag the Void Weaver spam, hit them with mortal wounds, and hit them with big melee. Let's break this down looking further into the list. For the movement, he's got 2 flying hive tyrants with adrenal glands, so that's base 16-inch move, +1 to advance and charge. The Swarm Lord has his fantastic Hive Commander ability. It just so happens he's going to be using that on a Dimacaron, the classic big fast attack bug for the job. He can move 12-inch base anywhere and in a straight line, ignoring vertical distances of terrain. There's also 2 Harpies. Check out this video to see how good they really are in Crusher Stampede. With 30-inch movement each, good shooting and melee, they'll be tagging anything. There's also the fantastic Psychic Power Onslaught for advance and charge. All in all, this gives a great ability to get out and tag things. Continuing with mobility, the Warlord trait of choice in this army is strategic adaptation, so you can place units into strategic reserve for free. That's some cool deployment shenanigans. And then you have the great strat Hive Mind Imperative for 1 CP, and this gives Obsec to a unit, perfect for stealing objectives. This will work against any faction, but against Harlequins and Void Weaver spam, the fact that they can only fall back and shoot with a strat means that they'll get tagged. Other than the physical size of the models, like the wings, the only model that can't hide with terrain is the Dimacaron. Previous classic Crusher Stampede lists would have a few Hierodules and Dimacarons, but limiting this number really avoids having too many targets open. To help the single Dema out, it can be given Transhuman using Unbreakable Chitin for 2 CP. It can also be put into Strategic Reserve. For Mortal Wounds, the big part of this is the strat Breaking Through for 1 CP. On a successful charge, you can deal up to 6 Mortal Wounds, and most likely you'll get all 6. Practically every charge phase you want to be using this, dishing out Mortal Wounds. Big monsters deal big melee, but there's loads of other buffs as well. Murderous size and a Hive Tyrant really makes a difference. The Relentless Fury strat for 1 CP gives exploding 6s to hit. Now this is actually shooting or melee. Aggressive Surge Psychic Power gives out D3 extra attacks. The extra Warlord trait, Rampaging Beasts, can give out a once per game extra D3 attacks as well. Thunderous Impact strat for 2 CP gives the unit that's charging in +1 to hit, +1 to wound, and +1 to damage against vehicles. This is absolutely killer for mopping up Void Weavers. Perhaps not as brilliant against Harlequins, the Synaptic Link Bioweapon Bond gives +1 to hit, but still it's great to have in your army for anything that's dealing out, shooting or melee. As an additional bonus thought on the army, they are very resilient. The whole army gets a 5+ INVULN, monsters get a -1 to damage. The Relic Biomorphic Carapace gives a character -1 to wound. There's various great psychic powers like the classic Catalyst for 5+ Feel No Pain, Synaptic Barrier for 4+ INVULN instead, and Paroxysm makes your enemy fight last. Some other thoughts. The army is played aggressively and designed to reach out and delete units or tie them up. Let's not forget there's firepower from the Exocrine each turn and potentially still the best out of line of sight shooting unit, the Hive Guard. These will be doing a lot of work as well as all the fast melee monsters. Admittedly, this approach will change with the new balanced data slate and the Tyranid 9th edition codex, but still some great ideas for anyone wanting to play at any level. See you soon, bye!